You doing good? Well, I am glad that you showed up today. You know why? Because I'm about to tell you what kind of mood you're going to be in for the next 7 days. That's right, the next week. I'm going to be telling you how you're going to be feeling. Ain't that crazy? I know. So I figured I'd do it live because, I'm hot, I'm bothered. Well, not really bothered. Well, maybe so. Because, I'm still working on my back deck a little bit. I got to pace myself with my back. But still, I got most of it all done. I'm just doing the hand railing and, shit like that. And it's just too hot. So I might be a little sweaty. I might be a little sawdusty. But I'm here for you while I'm waiting for my batteries to charge. Yeah. All right, let's get into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these little here magical oracle cards and I'm going to lay 7 cards out and I'm going to tell you what they're all about. Now these cards are like, they reflect your emotions and how to transmute those emotions, okay? And then if you're lucky, I might throw some tarot cards on top of that just to see how it all plays out for 7 days. That's right, a whole week. So you ready, Aries, god of war, huh? Are you ready? Are you really ready? All right, let's do it. 7 cards, random picking. This is the randomness of what your week ahead is going to be like. That's right. Happy Saturday, by the way. Hope you're chilling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and number 7. Do you want to pick it? Go ahead, I dare you. Pick it. Pick it! Not your nose. Damn cards. All right. There's 7. I need some more room. Aries, you're taking up all my space over here. Let's get it. I'm gonna have to use my glasses because these cards they're pretty nice, but the print to read them is a little difficult. All right, so what's today? Saturday. Let's start tomorrow. Tomorrow, Sunday. This is how you're gonna be feeling. Envious. Ooh boy, that's a big one. Let's read what it says. Turn green eyes into a force for self-improvement and inspiration. So instead of being envious here tomorrow, because this is what your energy is going to be like, because this is an energy read, you're going to be a little jelly on some shit or someone, okay? And Aries, I'm just going to say this like it is. This fits you perfect. Just saying. Because you guys can get a little peanut butter jelly, right? So you need to really look at that instead of hating on it and being all, like I said, jealous over it, whatever this is, or whoever you're envious about. Use that as inspiration. This is why I chose this deck, because we're taking your emotions and we're going to transmute them, which just basically means transform them, shift your perspective, change the way you feel. I don't know how much more scientific I can get other than that, but it's a pivot, right? So you need to look at this in a way where how can you use your envy? What's up in the comments? How you doing? How you doing? Happy Saturday. So how can you use this in a positive way? So let's just say, you go to an art show and somebody has their painting up there and they're there talking about it. And you're like, oh, well, yeah, that's great, but I could do better. That's the envy we're talking about, And so then, prove it. Prove it. This is what you got to do. You got to turn around and say, you know what, I can do it better, and go and do it better, because Aries, you have that drive. So go and do it better, and then be like, boom, see, I told you, right? This is the mentality you need for tomorrow, right? So now we're going to get on to Monday. What's going on with Monday? We're talking about rejection. Oh, shit. Through the sling of being left out, we discover our own inner worth. So let me tell you something. I've done these readings before, took a break from them because I actually forgot what the hell the deck was. And just found it recently. So I'm doing this here for you because you're going to see for these 7 cards the next week how each card plays into each other to line up your whole freaking week. Okay? So rejection. Why you rejected or feeling rejected on Monday is because of your envy on Sunday. Okay? So with the rejection, it's like it fits into the envy where you have to be inspired. See, we could get trapped in our minds with the idea of not being good enough. Even though we know we are, somebody might say, oh, psh, that ain't that great. And then now you're all bent out of shape. You know what I'm saying? How old am I? I am 52. Thank you. Yeah, so that's your Monday. Let's get into your Tuesday, okay? Using little Boston terms, the Tuesday, Wednesday. Here we go. Grief. Okay. We all know what that is. So let me just read what it says, how to flip it. In pain, find healing and deeper connections to the self. See, grief, rejection, envy. It all started with the envy. And when you let that grip you, that's just not the only thing that's going to be tied to it. You're going to get the rejection because you're not the best. And the grief, you're going to be sad about not being the best. And I hope that you don't have a Cancer moon because you'll be destroyed. Okay? Just saying. All right. So let's get into your Wednesday. Let's see what Wednesday's going to be about. Resistance. Oh, okay. So you're going to be fighting this midweek. So okay. I think that you might have to allow yourself this range of emotions here to really pull in the middle of the week. Like pull in your emperor energy. Let's read what this says here. Okay. It says, go with the flow and be open to life's changes. So instead of, maybe you're thinking you know it all, you're the boss and all this other shit, because Aries, y'all could do that. I know for sure. You need to resist that empowerment of yourself because it's on a negative frequency. Okay? If you let that envy ride you in that way, well, then it's going to take you to a whole nother level that you don't want to go because you're just going to be miserable. So the resistance is to really just go with the flow, So maybe you don't have to make that painting to prove somebody wrong, but just know that you could do it. And if you wanted to challenge yourself to do that, well, then do that. But otherwise, you're going to have to let it go. You're going to just let it breeze off your back, just let people, if they're going to try to show you up or put you in a competition, you got to just be like, you know what? I'll pat you on the back for wishful thinking. And then you just go on your way with that energy. You know what I mean? Instead of challenging the person, take that no that you have and just leave it on them to wonder, oh, are you really that amazing? Can you do better than me kind of thing? Right. All right. So what are we on? Thursday? Yep. Thursday is regret. Woo, Aries, you are feeling it. Regret. Why are you going to be regretting some things here? Because you might have to basically put somebody in check without really having to do that. So the past cannot be changed, but the future is still in your hands. So it is all up to you, Aries. Do you want to be the bully? Try to show everybody up or not? Be humble, flip the script, and you're going to see how things are going to change because the way it's leading from the envy, like I said, remember, envy comes with a lot of other emotions, a lot of other things. And now we're going into regret. Come on, Aries. I thought we were like picking it up here. Okay, here's your Friday. Your Freaky Friday. Neglect. Neglect. Let's read what it says. It says, lend to your inner garden. Tend. I can't even read. I mean, can you see this? I mean, probably because I got it up close. Whatever. Tend to your inner garden, and it will still flourish. So yeah, I mean, I think you need to accept these range of emotions here that you're going to be having throughout the week here, because it does look like it's starting to pick up here. The jackpot day will be on Saturday. Hopefully we'll get something to be turned around here. Because well, to me, it seems like you're going to be learning some lesson, self-lesson, okay? And the way you're going to feel, it's almost like you're going to be put in check and then you want to challenge somebody, but you're being guided not to, because then you're going to be able to accept eventually the rejection by not challenging, the grief of feeling like, well, I should have challenged him, but I didn't, the resistance of trying to want to keep going, but then regretting not doing it. Because then the neglect is like you're neglecting the envy. So you need to starve that negative energy, is what this is all really trying to say. Now here it comes on Saturday. Numbness. To feel pain is to be alive and human. So recognize that your hurt is valid. It's genuine. Your rejection, your regrets, all these things that you're going to be feeling, it's legitimate. Okay? And you have to just take it in stride. So allow yourself to feel these emotions. Go through however you're going to go through them. And then, each day it gradually gets better, because you are now recognizing the emotions that all tie into this envy. And envy is just like, I think it's the worst. You could be a slob and you could be this, you could be that, but if you're like envious and that's like raw to the bone. Beyond coveting. So let's just pull 2 tarot cards here for the end here, because I'm just keeping it short and sweet. I told you I'm waiting for the batteries to keep going, charging up, and we'll see how this turns out. 8 of Cups. The Force with Bravo, Aries. You're going to do it. Okay, so eventually you're going to be walking away from this envy, and you're going to be allowing yourself to feel these range of emotions, just like I was saying. Because why? The 8 of Cups is walking away. And what are you walking away from? Things that don't emotionally serve you. Now, does rejection emotionally serve you? No. Does grief emotionally serve you? No. And resistance and regret and neglect, that all doesn't serve you. Because you're going to reach what? The 10 of Cups. Somebody walking away here from the 8 is in search of the 2 more cups, which is the 10. And that's going to bring you a whole bunch of peace in your life that you need. But you need to run through this week and accept the way that you feel is what it is, and not challenge it. But flip that script to a better, positive attitude, because then it's going to bring you, like I said, the peace that you've been seeking, but it's also going to relieve all these emotions that you need to deal with. And that's all I got. I'm going to go check the batteries. Hope you enjoyed that, my friends. I'm going to make this a new little thing. Okay, I'm still doing tarot, but I'm going to make this a new thing where we're going to get down to a little more detail. People want skill, people want style, they want all that good stuff. Well, I'm just going to bring it. So here it is. Be blessed, be brave, be bold, be well. Have a safe weekend, my friends. Peace and prayer every day.